Hey everybody, it's Hylian Alchemist, and welcome back to Let's Play Banjo-Kazooie. In the last episode, we completed Treasure Trove Cove, and in this episode, we're going to be heading over to our next world. And the picture to that next world is well, okay, I know, I'm sorry, it kind of looked like I was going to go back in there, but I think I kind of, looked away from the screen for a bit, and then I accidentally pulled back on the control stick, and then it kind of looked like I was going back, but anyway, we're not doing that. So thankfully I managed to avoid that kind of thing. So we're back in this room, and we use this spring jump pad, and we go to this picture, and it looks to be some sort of sewer area. Oh, and also this is where, as Bottles will tell you, if you want to go ahead and place all the jiggies right into the picture immediately, then you just go ahead and press Z. Or Z, actually. Well, in Britain's case, it's actually pronounced Z, but not to us Americans here. It's actually Z. But you know, if you want to go for Z, then you could. I mean, yeah, considering that this is Rare is a British company, then to them it's the correct pronunciation is actually Z. But I mean, you know, I'm probably still gonna go for Z anyway, because I mean, for one thing, I'm American, so I mean, I always go for Z since that's pronunciation here. But you know, whichever way you want to go. So anyway, so our next world is going to be in Clanker's Cavern. When the back of Grunty's hand whoops your butt, you'll hardly stand. I probably need to do a little better on my Grunty voice. I think it should sound more of a cackle, because that's how Grunty sounds like, and now it's kind of you know, not so much. I mean, I kind of was doing pretty good in earlier episodes, but now it's starting to feel a little rusty. But anyway, so here we are in Clanker's Cavern. Yeah, as you can very much tell, it is basically a sewer level. Because there's all these pipes, and there's a bunch of polluted water here. I mean, it's not really hazardous or anything by any means. I mean, it's still treated like regular water. You can just still dive into water. Overall, it is basically a water level. I mean, just here in the sewers. So it's actually not that bad. I mean, just as long as you know what you're doing, or you know where the jiggies are, you're just kind of careful, then it's a pretty simple level. But yeah, there is a lot of emphasis on swimming, so for one thing, you do need to be careful and just pay attention to your air meter, because yeah, there's going to be a lot of underwater diving. So just make sure you be careful with that, but otherwise the level isn't too bad. These new enemies right here are called the Grilled Champas. If you start to approach one, you'll hear their growling noises. And then if you get too close to it, then they'll just emerge from their holes, and they'll start to bite you. So just approach with caution, and then if you just jump and then use a rat-tat-rap, then you'll be able to instantly kill them. I think that's the only way you can kill them. Well, I think you can kill them with a forward roll, but like I said, the rat-tat-rap is always the strongest attack. So I use that all the time, just to instantly kill those enemies. Alright, so let's go and dive underwater here. Yeah, it may look polluted here, but it's actually safe water. Well, I mean, it's just regular regular water, so you won't take damage. Until a certain later level that we'll see later on. Anyway, this right here is Clanker, and yeah, this is actually what kind of made all the 7-year-olds shat their pants at the very sight of this thing. Because he looks very monstrous. You just go and approach them, and then I guess that's pretty much what scared all these kids shitless. Don't worry though, he's actually a benevolent creature. He won't hurt you. I mean, he looks big, ginormous, and well, very much like a metallic shark, or robotic shark actually. But you know, he's a pretty chill guy. And all he wants is that he just wants fresh air, because he's stuck in this polluted water. He said that he's supposed to be Gruntilda's garbage grinder, and oh man, that poor guy. You'll probably see pretty soon. Well, I mean, for one thing, we actually do have to, you know, basically go inside of him. And of course, you'll see how tragic he can be. This right here is Gloop, and basically he's here to provide you with air bubbles. So yeah, because we're in the deepest part of this level, because we go way down underwater. We're gonna have to be here for quite a while, because we're basically here to free Clanker. And yeah, the music changed to where it's much more creepy, like a creepier variation of the Clanker's Cavern theme. You can actually hear those psycho strings in the background, can't you? And and also the horn. Yeah, it's pretty grim down there. So yeah, because we're in the deepest part. But basically, that's what Gloop is here for. So make sure that before he starts running out of air, he's there to give you or provide you with those air bubbles, so you can refill your air meter. Not all of it actually, because you can see that I'm still one air bubble short. Well, they look more like honeycombs, but they're actually air bubbles, which is actually shown or more accurate like that in Banjo-Tooie. So what you want to do is that you want to go ahead and swim right through this key, or at least the handle of this key right here, 3 times, and then that should basically free Clanker. Yeah, that poor guy is just chained right there, and he's suffering because of how dirty the water is. So that's why we're basically there to just bring him back up onto the surface, so that way there he can get some fresh air. And now we have the Jiggy that is located right on Clanker's back. Yeah, I guess that's kind of what Grunty did to him. Basically just chained him to this very dank and very and just disgusting looking water, and he's suffering because of that, just being stuck in there and being chained with no way out of it in this big ass room right here. Of course, well, I think you can... Oh, yeah, you can kind of see parts of... Yeah, you see those little parts of the meat right here? Yeah, we're gonna get more into the detail pretty soon, because, for one thing, we do need to go inside of him. And I think that's what we're gonna do now, because now his teeth are hurting. You know, as a matter of fact, as menacing as he may look, and the fact that, like, he may scare off a lot of kids, it's actually not hard to just, it's not hard at all to feel bad for the guy, because, I mean, yeah, I've already mentioned about how Grunty changed him up, and now his teeth are hurting because of, well, for one thing, he is supposed to be Grunty's garbage grinder, and he's been eating too much of the garbage, and that's what's causing the teeth to hurt. And so, as how a proper dentist should be, you actually have to shoot eggs right into his rotted teeth, right, or rotted tooth, actually, well, or 2 of his teeth on one side and the other. So this right here leads to a mumbo token, and now let's go to the other side. And there's another one of those rotted teeth. Well, it actually looks more golden to me, but I guess I kind of made it gold. I don't know, maybe because of how the N64 would handle this, so they kind of made it look a little shiny, instead of actually looking rotted. But yeah, I guess that's what you want to do, just shoot the eggs to get rid of his teeth, and my aiming, like, I kind of shot the eggs all over the place, because my aiming is not very good here. I mean, like, I guess they kind of would mitigate that in Banjo-Tooie, where they give us the egg-aiming ability, where we just go into first-person view, and then we just shoot eggs from there, but not here, though. We just had to just kind of shoot the eggs, and back in the third-person view. Anyway, so now we are in the inside of Clanker, and yeah, this is where it gets tragic, because you see all these organs right here, and, you know, and all the meat right here. This heavily implies that that Clanker was originally an organic being, or at least he was, and then for some reason, like I don't know how that happened, but somehow Grunty probably kidnapped him, and then he converted him into well, basically just made him into just forcibly replace his organic parts with metal parts. Yeah, that kind of does sound familiar in a way. Kind of how to those of you who have been watching the Marvel Cinematic Universe, see how that's basically what happened to Nebula, or basically how like she used to be an organic being, and how every time she loses a fight, any battles against Gamora, then Thanos would just replace her organic parts with metallic parts. Yeah, think of it like that, except now with Clanker, and how Grunty basically just took an organic shark and just basically forcibly just converted him into, I guess, part robotic shark, I should say. Yeah, that sounds so horrific, basically. It does. In a Banjo-Kazooie game, no less. Remember what I said about like how this this game is or the series is practically the king of getting crap past the radar? This is basically one of them. Yeah. Reading for everyone, kids. But yeah, that's just sad, really. It's just that's gotta be one of the most awful things that ever happened to him. And you know, he may look frightening, but just seeing this right here, just you gotta feel bad for him, really. But anyway, so before I make things any more depressing, we have a new move to learn. And so, basically, what Bottles has for us, this is where the gold feathers come into play. You saw me collecting those gold feathers, and well, I didn't get to explain anything about them. What they do is that after you learn the move from Bottles, this is where he actually teaches you the invulnerability. Basically, what you do is that if you press and hold Z and then press the right C button, you're gonna have Kazooie to use her gold feathers to act as a shield. So that way there you can basically use the, yeah, like this right here. And it basically protects you from any hazards, like these propeller blades. And yeah, like you can see here, it actually costs you gold feathers. So if you use them for quite long, then you basically lose your gold feathers. And you can only carry 10 gold feathers at a time as well. So make sure you collect as many gold feathers as you can, because there could be times where you might need them. Sometimes you don't, but yeah, that's basically what it serves as. It's invincibility, basically. I know, I keep saying basically it's so many times. It's getting annoying to you guys, but I can't help it. But yeah, that's the whole gist of it. Just it's kind of like a shield, where it would just protect you from any hazards. And so I guess we'll just there's actually one more Jiggy for us to collect. First off, we'll just go ahead and go outside here and collect these notes. And watch out for those whiplashes right there, because you do take damage from those, so just be careful with them. And there is a Jinjo that's, oh, poor guy is right down there. Actually, yeah, those Jinjos, like, we just rescued the green one from the deepest part of the level, and we just got the pink one from right here, and they're stuck underwater. How were they able to survive that anyway? Because like, you know, I mean, as everybody knows, I mean, you can't really breathe underwater, and yet the Jinjos are just still right there. I mean, they're not even swimming or one thing, and yet they're not even drowning at all. I mean, they don't have any gills, clearly, so I don't know how that's possible. And don't tell me it's obviously video game logic, because I already know for the fact that it is. So, no other questions asked. Oh, it turns out that big, Grunty picture, right in the center here actually does have some use after all. Huh, what do you know? Now, I've actually seen speedrunners actually managing to bypass through here without the use of the gold feathers, because of how slow those propeller blades run, but, you know, I tried that before, and it did not work at all, so I would still recommend that you use the gold feathers through here. And I suppose that's it for this video. So next time on Let's Play Banjo-Kazooie, we are going to finish off the other half of Clanker's Cavern. And, well, I guess this is the part where I was kind of nervous at some of the parts when I played this as a kid for the first time. I guess because I was just so worried about drowning, but, yeah, that's just what we're going to be doing. Just, you know, I guess more of the stuff that's going on. I'm out of things to say, so until next time, see you guys later.